Dobar dan, poštovani gledatelji. Danas je naša tema Sukhishvili, gruzijski nacionalni balet s elementima folklora koji je rasprodao čak 2 dvorane Lisinski i nije im to prvi put da su postigli ove godine. Stoga nastavljaju svoju turneju i stižu i u Split i u Zadar, a mi želimo doznati više o tome kojom disciplinom, kojim treninzima oni postižu takve nastupe koji su zbilja glazbeno-scenski spektakli, kako kaže publika. Welcome to Croatian television. Here with us is Nino Sukhishvili, General Director of Sukhishvili. Welcome.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
And it is lovely to have you here too. David Chanishvili is with us too, a main dancer.
Yeah. Hello, nice to meet you.
So, first of all, Nino Sukhishvili, and the name of the troupe is Sukhishvili. It's no coincidence. So can you tell us about your grandparents?
Yes, our family name, now it's named by our company because my grandparents created this dance company 80 years ago.
Oh my God!
So
8 decades.
Yes. So my brother and I, we are the 3rd generation in the family who continues after our parents this business, and we are very proud. It's a great honor for us to continue such important dance company, which is so popular all over the world and especially in our country. And I can tell that it's wholly due to my grandparents that they make the Georgian folk dance very popular in Georgia. I don't know other country in the world where the folk dance is so popular as in my country, and even among teenagers. It's very rare.
I wanted to say, well, in Croatia, we do love our professional folk troupe called Lado, but I think that we need to lure the teenagers a bit more. So tell me, how did you succeed?
I think that the Georgian dance also, it's keep identity of the country, history, traditions, and also I think dignity also. The people feel proud when they perform because our dances reflected the history, all the ancient history of our country. And it's something mixed of patriotical movements and also feelings, patriotical feelings as well. And because it's national, traditional, I think because of that. And I'm happy that the Georgian dance is so popular. Even in our dance school, we have our own dance academy, where we have, just in our school, more than 7,000 students of different ages.
Amazing.
So we prepare the new generation for our professional company from our dance schools. And it's not only in Tbilisi, in the capital, it's all over the Georgia.
David, first question for you is going to be, how are your knees?
My knees are okay because we have special trainings and I'm very healthy.
And all those movements, when you jump and drop your whole body on your knees, it looked beautiful, but it also looked a bit painful. Is there a special method?
Yeah, you must train every day more than 4 hours, and if you are lucky, you can then do these movements very quick and very easy. It's our traditional dance, and when I was 3 years old, I started dance, and after this, my whole life is dance. And it means our Georgian traditional dance is very hard work.
I'm sorry, how old were you when you started?
3 years old.
3 years old?
Yeah.
But at 3 years old, you don't even know what you want to eat that day. How did you know I'm going to be a dancer?
I remembered 10 steps. Only 10 steps. I cannot speak. I remember 10 steps.
You're like a baby Michael Jackson. He danced before he could walk. So, can you tell me something about that special moment? So usually in ballet we have this position for the feet. And here in Sukhishvili, we have something untypical. I haven't seen it before. You're not pointing out your fingers, but they're going down.
I think it's our tradition. It's our history.
Okay.
My grandfather studied it with me. I don't know.
So it's part of the folk.
It's actually come from tradition. The Georgia is a mountain country, so in the old time, people when they hunting, when they walking on the narrow path in the mountains, they used to walk on the toes. I think it came from this, and it's especially male dancers dance on the toes. And as you noticed, it's not like in ballet, because ballet dancers use the ballet block shoes for the standing on the toes. But in Georgian dance, our male dancers, they use just thin leather boots. It's like socks, you know. So they dance on the toes, just on the toes. And that's very difficult to perform as well, but they need a lot of training, and so that makes the Georgian dance so interesting. And I think that our show, it's a show for whole family. It's interesting for seniors, for teenagers, for young people. So I
saw kids at Lisinski Hall, so you managed.
I called it the show for whole family.
It really is. And I saw even grandparents with grandkids, and they were showing, oh, look at that, and the kids were amazed by you. You have many transitions, I mean, the clothes, you have many different outfits. How do you manage? Because it seems to me you have 15 seconds behind the stage, and then
something like this.
You are hurrying up and changing your clothes, because each Georgian region has his same custom, and in our show is every region of Georgia.
And how many different outfits did you have?
I have more than 10.
More than 10?
Yeah.
So it's even harder in the backstage than on the stage.
That's very important to make the show colorful. So we have a lot of different colorful costumes. As David said, that from the different region of Georgia, which is so various and not look each other. So mountain people have different customs, different traditional costumes. People who live on the seashore, they have different. So because of that, it's Georgia is a small country, but very different regions. And small, even one small village can have their own tradition and traditional costumes. So we use this folk tradition, and then we add some modern movements, classical movements. So we built new choreography, but on the folk roots. That's very important. I think that makes our show interesting, you know, because we travel a lot around the world, and we visited almost all the countries all over the world, and some of them 10, 20 times, because 80 years history, it's a lot, so we travel. And I'm happy that it's still successful, still people love us. We have different programs, different projects. So I think that's very important. And it's a great honor to represent your country all over the world.
Organizers here in Lisinski Hall, I've spoken to them, and they told me they visited Georgia, and they told me it's so similar to Croatia in everything except for language, of course. Language is very much different, but they see some coincidences, and we are even similar in the size. In Croatia we have 3.8 million residents, you have 3.7.
Yeah.
We are kind of similar.
Yeah.
Do you see similarities?
Yes, I feel it. And I feel how people here, it's so hospitality people, and how they meet us, and how they are exciting after our show. It's a so warm audience. I love Croatian audience very much because they love us.
Some say that we are cheerful and kind. Do you agree? Have you?
Yeah, of course. Very kind people. When I'm performing in Croatia, every time I claps, and like Georgia. I think that I am dancing in Georgia, but no, I'm in Zagreb, in Croatia.
Oh, so it feels like home.
Yeah, it feels like home.
It's good to hear that. What are the other responses from audiences from all over the world? Do you remember maybe some suggestion or conversation after the show that you had that had an impact on you?
I have many members. But I cannot say just one, okay?
I think everywhere the audience are happy, and we feel so warm, how to say it, from the audience, energy, warm energy, come to the stage, to the performance, and then that's very important when you feel that audience so happy. to watch you, and everywhere full houses, everywhere they are exciting and happy. So that's the I think
gives
it's
you
a
energy.
happiness. Yeah, it's yeah. That's energy which we actually which we give to the audience, and then it's come back.
There were moments when me and my friend were discussing, is there really only 7 people, 7 men that are playing the instruments? Because it sounded like an orchestra.
Yeah, we have 8
Their
musicians.
sound is so rich.
Yeah, and they're very important for us to perform on the live music. Live music, it's different, you know. And our small band, it's 8 musicians, but you know we use just Georgian folk instruments.
Yeah, we saw. But drums are important.
It's different kind of drums. It's also string instruments, Georgian traditional one, flute, different style of flutes, and also we use harmonica, accordions.
Okay.
Do
you say it in Georgia, harmonica? Because in Croatia we say harmonica.
Garmoni.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's the same.
Similar?
Similar, almost. And I think that our musicians are very high-class musicians, and they can play these folk themes, which is actually also became very popular, because I think that's the tendency in the world. It's very important because folk music everywhere, it became popular and popular when you use different folk musics. So when we created new piece or new composition, new dance, we always try to find some folk theme which we can arrange for the dance. And so very important to work together with our band.
A band is important, but also your students are important. They're going to be the next generation of dancers.
Yes.
How do they apply? Which age is the most appropriate for?
As I told you, we have our dance school, dance academy. So every year we choose the best dancers from our dance schools, and mostly it's from 18, from 20, and the average of age it's about till 38 maybe this. But now in our company, just now, age of the dancers, it's from 20 to 30, something like this.
Okay, younger group.
Yeah.
David, can we ask you, how old are you?
Yeah, of course. I'm 33 years old.
Okay, so how many years do you expect to have in dancing career?
Who knows?
Yeah, it's very difficult to say. It depends. We sometimes we had the dancers which about 40 years old, and they are still perfect on the stage.
We have a football player, Luka Modric, who is now breaking all the age limits. So
Yeah.
I like him very much. I like him very much.
Oh, so
Georgian people are the fan of the football, you know?
Oh, amazing. Luka Modric, anybody else, or is he number one?
Luka Modric in Horvatia is for me number 1, and then Mario Mandzukic is my favorite player.
I agree.
You know? Georgian people are a fan of the football, and
football is the universal language, I think.
In
so
Georgia
in Croatia,
it's also very popular, and now our national team became now the part they will participate in the European Championship, and that's the great thing which happened just a few days ago.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's lovely to hear that. If we were ever on the different sides, if we ever get to be opponents, we will only give you 1 goal, so don't worry. Don't worry, we won't be too harsh. I'm just kidding. You said you started at 3 years old, and you practice at least 4 hours a day.
It's a minimum.
It's a minimum?
Yeah.
What is the maximum?
As you can.
Yeah.
10 or more.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes think, oh my God, I cannot do this anymore? Do you ever get tired of it?
See, I know this feeling.
And what do you do?
Nothing, dancing.
You keep on dancing?
Yeah, keep
what
on
motivates you?
My motivation is my job, my dance, and my country. When I'm dancing, it means I am Georgia. When I'm on stage and dancing Georgian dance, it's something mystic and something magic.
Beautiful. What would be your recommendation for young dancers that are listening to you right now? Besides starting early, obviously, what would be a good tip for dancing career?
Go and dance and think about your dance, and very important are feelings. You must feel what are you dancing. It is I can say just this.
Beautiful, to
No,
feel.
that's very important when you have to choose your profession, and if you decided to be a dancer, professional dancer, it means that you actually dedicated your life to that. You know, it's
Yes.
art.
It's not 8 hours a day. It's your whole life.
it's like a sport. If you want to be the great sportsman, you have to training a lot. So the same in dance.
And we are soon coming to end of this show, but let me just ask you, I saw the white dresses and I assumed it was a dance with bride and groom.
Right,
Was I
it's
right?
a wedding dance, right.
So there are lots of stories being told during Sukhishvili
Yes,
show.
each dance actually can tell the small story or reflect it, the traditions and customs of the people, so in Georgian people, I mean. So we have the dance of, for example, warriors dance, because Georgia was always had to defend from the enemies all over around the Georgia. So also
You have blades? Are those real blades?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we use a lot of fighting skills during the dance. That's also came from the history that we have also shepherd dance. We have some dance from the seaside. Also, it's different. It's some hunters dance, for example, cavalry dance. So different. Each dance has some, not only history, but style. For example, we have the dances from mountain villages, which is typical for that region as well, and where the horse riders are well known as the horse riders in that region, for example. And and we have noble dance also.
Yes,
and the
we
dance.
saw that with those beautiful
so
outfits.
whole our program, it's like a fairy tale about Georgia. And the people who know nothing about our country, after our performance, they can imagine what kind of people we are, what kind of history and tradition we have. So that we represent our country, as I told you, all over the world. And that's the great honor and also the great responsibility.
Did you ever get hurt, David, during those blades fights?
Sometimes I'm getting, because it's a real sword.
Yeah.
Yes,
not
because
fake.
when they clash, there are sparks. So I was like, oh my God, it had to be real. So were those small injuries?
Small injuries,
Small,
yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. You're coming to Zadar and Split. One last question. You're looking forward to our cities on the sea?
Oh, I heard about Split. It's beautiful. I've never been there yet, but I have been in Zagreb a couple times. But Split, as I know, it's a beautiful city, old city. So
Yes.
I'm looking forward to visit it.
Croatian seaside is really something to
Yes.
see, and you're gonna love that view on the sea. It's really magical.
Yes,
So
yeah.
I think it's going to inspire more magic in your own show.
I hope so.
Thank you once more for coming and sharing this time with us.
Thank
and
you.
good luck in your future work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Poštovani gledatelji, bilo je to sve od nas za danas. Evo, gledali ste članove trupe Sukhishvili. U Splitu su 18.4., u Zadru 20.4. Ako imate priliku, iskoristite je da vidite kako izgleda gruzijski nacionalni balet s elementima folklora, ali ono što je najvažnije, ovaj ponos koji osjećaju, stoga vas evo i mi ponosno pozivamo da ostanete uz programe Hrvatske radiotelevizije i uživate dalje u vašem danu. Ugodan ostatak dana.